Hello, this is your sleepless god back with What If Harry Potter. Never mind, let me flip that around because I keep on messing this up every single time. What if Gilgamesh was in Harry Potter's body? So, for a recap, last time we left off, basically, not a lot of things happened actually. Harry was talking to Snape about, join, like, if you're gonna run this Quidditch league, you better do it fairly because, yeah, I might not run next year, I might not play. You and McGonagall made a deal, but I never, shook anyone's hand. I never promised on shit. He was the one that calmed down Neville. Snape had to punish Lucius Malfoy's kid. We figured out that Neville Longbottom has a heroic spirit, aka called Frankenstein's monster. Yeah, that's basically it. Let's start the what if. As Harry is sitting in particularly the Snape's common room, as he's drinking some tea, as he's sitting by the fire, just drinking. He hears a familiar voice. Take a gulp of breath as Harry says, "Malfoy, sit down." He takes his final gulp of tea and sets it back down on the table as Malfoy says, doesn't say anything actually, just sits. What you just did was something so stupid that some people would have called it that you were trying to kill yourself. As he pours himself another cup of tea and pours actually two glasses and moves it over to Malfoy as Malfoy is shaking. Number one, he is technically grounded from Snape. Snape doesn't trust him anymore and actually puts him on a pretty short leash now. Like, he's following. And number two, he almost fucking died. Heroic spirits in the Harry Potter universe can defend their users and can even kill another actual wizard without any punishments. For the reason is, you can't punish heroic spirits. And if you try to punish a user, it doesn't make any sense. They were trying to defend themselves. So, that law put into place that heroic spirits can defend their users with no consequences. And not even the Malfoys can go against those rulings. As Harry grabs his cup of tea and finishes off again. Now, let's talk. As Draco says, what is there even to talk about? Is he's mad. He's trying to control his life, but he says, Malfoy, mouth shut. As Draco hears the words, and he takes them seriously. Now, he crosses back in his chair, scratches up his hair as his eyes red as blood itself. What you just did was stupid, but I understand. You're a child. You don't know your difference. Think about this, though. As he stands up and moves the table that he's putting the tea off to the side. As he stands right next to Malfoy, and he actually crouches down to see into his eyes. And he says, look at my eyes, please. I don't want to see you die. I don't want to see you go down the path that I've seen. And I don't want to see you go down the world itself. Think about this as he goes back to his chair and sits. Why do you think it was fine to pick on him, particularly Neville Longbottom? Tell me the truth, 100% of the truth. Tell me. He's weak. He's weak. Oh, he almost kills you. Next. Well, he's stupid. Oh, no one's stupid. No one in this world is stupid. As Malfoy says, I disagree with that. You disagree? tell me, how people can be stupid? She says his hair on his back. Well, it's just they don't understand or know or or even try. So in the pretense of what you're just saying is they're stupid because they don't know. That's not stupid. They're just not curious. Now, hardworking goes into that. And I can say people are lazy. I'm fine if you call them lazy, but Neville Longbottom lazy? There's not a bone in his fucking body that's lazy. He's hard work. He works harder than most of us. Just don't see it. Anything else? As here she starts thinking about the things. He's different. As Harry looks at him and just says, "That's all." But we are all different. We're all different in this world, piece by piece, isn't it? We're not so much not alike. Look at you, look at me. I can name 100 different things between the two of us. But does that change us? Does you being better or pure blood make me any much weaker? My mom was born by 2 witches. Not even 2 witches. 2 muggles. My Aunt Petunia is the most mugglest person I ever know. And right now I am the school of witchcraft and wizardry. And I've saved your life of pure blood. Now think about that for a little bit. Turn that over in your head. Does that make any sense to you? If they were not perfect? Now, stand up. As he stands up and he says, "Follow me." As it's the middle of the night, as he grabs a visibility cloak, as he tosses at him, he grabs it. He says, "Put that on, please." As he puts it on, as he starts walking and walking and walking. Draco says, "Where the fuck are we going?" He doesn't say it out loud though, because he doesn't want to be spotted. As it seems like no one can see Harry either, even though Filch and Mrs. Norris passed him by. It seems like he's invisible to everyone else. As you see a door massively open, as he walks inside, as Draco walks inside with him. As Draco looks at it, the room, there's training dummies, there's swords, there's magical potions, healing, there's some other ones. As Draco takes off the invisible, he says, "What is this?" And he says, "This is the training facility, aka called the Room of Requirements. This is where I make my stuff and practice it. See, as I've gotten older, I've started, instead of stealing my weapons from the technically the ancient heroes of old, started making my own." As he pulls out a sword, and it's like you see like lines. There's like 3 to 4 lines on it. As he separates them, as he swings it, you see like it's almost like a string, but metal. It's like almost like chords of a piano. As he swings the sword, as you see it like cut into 4 pieces, as he slices a dummy in half, as he comes back, as it all chinks, chink, 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 chink back together. As he says, "I like to make my own stuff." As he puts it into his pocket, putting back into his kit, Babylon. It's not as perfect as it used to be, but I've gotten better at it now. As Malfoy and him look at each other, and Malfoy finally says it. "What I'm going to do." He says, "You're going to get strong enough where you can defend yourself against your father." As he pulls out just a normal sword and tosses it to him. He says, "You're going to cut these dummies in half." And that's what he does. Every Wednesday and Friday, they train. Cast spells, cut down dummies, learn new spells, cut down more dummies, learn their tricks, train with Harry. That's what he does every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. He just trains. And for some reason, he likes it. He loves it. He loves getting powerful. And Harry's getting more powerful as well. In a sense. Tactically more powerful. He sees how Malfoy fights and he kind of counters it, but also just learns from it. Also, he realizes his body cannot handle what he can. His mind is as fast as Gilgamesh could be, technically. His reaction time hasn't changed. His body has, though. He cannot react as fast as he wants to be. So, like a sword swing where he knows it's slow motion, his body is slow to it. It feels like he could cut off. You wish he could move faster, but he can't. As him and Draco basically. Oh, sorry. Make themselves better in their own way. Draco, majorly, because he learns swordcraft and more spells and how to become, in the sense of a student. He starts learning from Harry and being more respectful. Because for the couple, he yells at him, says, teach me this move. And he says, I'm not going to because you're disrespectful. So Draco has to be nice to people he doesn't believe he should be nice to. Because if he wants to learn anything, he has to. But a very famous moment happens. Quidditch! As it is, Gryffindor against Hufflepuff. Yes, it's Gryffindor against Hufflepuff. As Snape is a fair judge. He does not, they all do the same thing, but he doesn't need to be a judge for too long. Or, Harry catches the snitch in about 5 minutes. The fastest catch ever in Hogwarts of history. He rages up the snitch as, Wood is so surprised. He's like, yes, yes, as he's cheering like he wants the house cup. Not the house cup. He wants to win this Quidditch year as he's yelling as you hear Crabbe say something underneath his, Crabbe and Goyle say something underneath their breath as you see Ron and Hermione entirely tense for those 5 minutes as finally Ron snaps as Neville does too as he launches back and punches Crabbe in the face as Goyle pops up as you see Draco not even there. He's training. He's right now walking through the castle alone. As you see Crabbe and Goyle getting their ass handed, especially by Neville, because Neville gets Frankenstein to lock Crabbe up as Crabbe getting punched in the gut right now, just boom, 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 in the face, boom, in the jaw, as Goyle and Ron are basically tussling, as Ron is smaller than Goyle, but Goyle right now is just throwing haymakers, but Ron is so much faster, hitting a headshot and just punch him in the stomach, as this is going down, as they finally cheer up. As with this though, him and Hermione actually have a closer relationship than ever before because he tells what he's doing with Draco. And Hermione says that she doesn't like it because, in her opinion, Draco cannot be fixed. He's a fucking racist, self-censored bitch. But in his mind, he's changed. He changed. Yeah, it was a lot later in his life when he realized he couldn't be immortal anymore, but he changed. And he was the exact same way. And finally, Draco walks up to him and says something that he finally realized that all his training is not for nothing. As Draco walks up to him and says these words, "I'm sorry." As this is where we're going to end off the video. I know it's a little bit shorter than normal, but I got a lot of things I got to do. Also, watch the Percy Jackson video. It has just came out. Subscribe, comment down below other what ifs if you want me to make Sukuna. Yeah. Sukuna as a dad? Maybe. Okay, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.